Ever wonder if your feelings of stress, anxiety, and fatigue are related to your hormones? What about that brain fog? Think there might be a hormonal imbalance? Well, stay tuned because I'm going to break down what hormones might be involved and what to do about it. Welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Jessica and I'm a naturopathic doctor and acupuncturist and a health coach, and I help clients reduce stress, anxiety, fatigue, and other symptoms of burnout. Be sure to subscribe to this channel so that you can know when I post new videos about this topic every week. All right, let's get into it. So obviously we have many hormones, so which ones could be involved in the stress response? So let's start with those that are related to the HPA axis. First, we have our adrenal glands, and they're responsible for producing cortisol, DHEA, as well as epinephrine. Let's save DHEA for later and start with cortisol and epinephrine. These two hormones are often thought of as our stress hormones, which makes sense because they're usually produced by the adrenal gland in response to a stressful situation. Now that's totally normal, and that's exactly what is supposed to happen. Usually when we're in a stressful situation, our heart rate will go up, blood goes out to your extremities, and you're prepared to deal with the stressor, whatever that is. Again, totally normal response, but the problem occurs when there is chronic stress that keeps those hormones elevated for too long a period of time. Elevated cortisol can lead to things like insomnia, fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and even poor memory. Epinephrine can also lead to poor memory and difficulty concentrating, but can also lead to symptoms such as anxiety and even heart palpitations as well. Again, this happens when the cortisol and epinephrine are elevated chronically and the levels don't have time to come back down as they should. And this is often the result of just having chronic stress. Next, we have our thyroid hormones. Now, thyroid is interesting as well because it is the master of our metabolism. So it's responsible for things like fatigue and how we regulate our energy. It can also be responsible for how we maintain our weight. And now that can play into weight gain or even weight loss, both of which we see in a chronic stress response. Now, the reason why thyroid is important is that elevated cortisol, again, becomes slightly problematic. That elevated cortisol can actually suppress thyroid function, leading to a decrease in energy and difficulties maintaining your weight. If you want to go into more detail about which labs specifically I tend to look at, then go ahead and click the link above in the cards. I will leave a link to the video entitled Inexpensive Online Lab Tests That You Need. Now, these are a lot of labs that I actually use in my online coaching practice as well. So we've addressed cortisol, epinephrine, and our thyroid levels. Now we also should take a look at some of our reproductive hormones. And this is where I'll talk again about DHEA. Even though DHEA is produced by the adrenal gland, it is actually a precursor to some of our sex hormones such as testosterone and estrogen. And this is actually true for both men and women. DHEA can actually blunt some of those unwanted effects of cortisol, and maintaining a proper cortisol to DHEA ratio is really important. DHEA can help reduce body fat, it can help you increase your lean muscle mass, it can help improve your sleep, it can also help improve your memory. Now, keep in mind that DHEA levels generally tend to drop naturally as we age, but again, keeping that cortisol to DHEA ratio steady is really important. And this is, again, where having elevated cortisol can actually start to cause a problem. It can interfere with all the good things that DHEA is responsible for. So again, leading to things like difficulty maintaining your weight, problems with fatigue, difficulty with your memory, and even things like difficulty with your mood. So DHEA is kind of just the beginning. Of course, you also want to look down the line at your estrogens as well as testosterone. And then you will also want to look at what the pituitary gland, or higher up in the chain, is what's happening with LH and FSH and things like that. So all hormones that could be responsible for some of those symptoms of anxiety, difficulty thinking, feeling really tired. So putting all these different hormones together, how do you know which ones might be responsible for your symptoms, and how do you know how to go about testing them? So this is where working with a coach or someone that can help you put all these pieces together is really crucial. Anyone can pretty much order these tests. You can order them at home, online, yourself. You can go to your primary care and you can have them ordered as well. But you need to be able to understand the different patterns that they're telling you. We never look at kind of test results and look at one thing in isolation. It's all about looking at the different patterns and then also being able to layer that on top of your signs and symptoms, as well as looking at what are your goals, because that's going to inform any recommendations that need to be made. And this is where functional medicine really actually shines, because this is exactly what I do with my clients inside my virtual coaching program, the Better Health Blueprint. Inside that program, you not only get access to all the information about all these different hormones and how they work and what they do, but you get weekly coaching and weekly guiding, as well as looking at those lab results and how to bring it together, how to make changes to your diet and to your lifestyle to actually start to get these symptoms under control. Because the goal is that you want to feel more calm, you want to feel more energetic, you want to feel like you have energy to go about and do the things of your normal everyday life, right? So if you want to learn more about how I do this or how it can help you, then go ahead and click the link below and book a time to chat with me and we can talk all about it. Alright, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you have a little bit more insight into if your hormones are causing some of your symptoms and what to actually do about them. As always, if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone that you think it may benefit from it. And of course, subscribe to this channel so that you can know when I post new videos every week. Alright, I will see you in the next video. Bye. If you would like to know more about how I help clients bring all these pieces together, how we look at labs and how we make recommendations, then go ahead and click the link below. You can schedule a time to chat with me and we can go over all of the different aspects of my virtual health coaching program.